Here we go. It's Diaz versus Evoh in a best of 5 with a little bit more context than we normally have. If you guys haven't been watching since the beginning, it has been a Feer versus Chat crew battle. 6 players showed up here today, ready to play some 1v1s, and we drafted 2 teams. You guys have... Wow, I haven't seen this goal explosion yet, and it is involved. You guys drafted first. You picked to go first after winning the coin flip, and you picked Diaz. You picked him to carry you the whole way, is what you realize now. I don't know if you realized it earlier, but my squad has won the first 2 rounds. Veronica and Wavy eliminated. Diaz is going to have to get 3 straight wins if he wants to hold it down for Team Chat. Evo's going to be the first to try and defend against him. Diaz is back in South America, it would seem, at least for a little bit longer. I think we're about 2 weeks before the regionals starts. In fact, we might even be 1 week away from technically when they start, because you guys know how that first week is them just farming noobs. Although maybe he'd even play the farm noobs week. Probably not. But he could play it from South America, I bet, and they could still be okay. Probably not the best idea. Now, what's on the line for everybody here in chat is if my team wins, which it does looking like it's very possible that they could, you guys all have to subscribe if you're watching here on the YouTube. Everybody in chat has to drop their Twitch primes. And we unmod that pesky Rusty. Now, if you guys win, you get 10 straight marbles games, which I do not do. We only do 1 marbles at a time in order to waste time. You guys love to argue that marble streams would go crazy, that we should just be a marble streamer, although I disagree. If you win, we get to test it out. 10 straight marbles games. But Evoh so far, making it look like we might not have to find out what happens when we play 10 marbles games straight. Because Evoh up 2-1. Evoh in the Fennec against Diaz in the Octane, but a good amount of Octanes over here in this North American set of 1v1s. Not something you see a lot of on EU servers from both watching the MENA players as well as just the majority of EU. Nice play from Evoh, who's going to freestyle the finish. Oh, he didn't get the touch. You really need to get that last touch to make the full freestyle look as sick as it could have. But really, it's just a good read on Diaz turning in on the play. And Evoh now up 3-1. Starting before this season of RLCS, there were some very clear favorites for who would be making it out of the respective brackets. What a save from Evoh. It shouldn't be able to stop the follow-up, though. NAS was the clear favorite over in EU. Although there was no question that despite being the favorite, the toughest region to qualify through has got to be EU. And NAS ended up faltering, allowing Moxie in. Now, there's also no question over here on the NA side that Diaz is the favorite. He's playing on 108 ping right now, or 104 ping. But as I was telling chat before the series started, I didn't know whether or not Diaz was in South America or not. But if you guys had given me first pick, I think I'd still pick Diaz. It wasn't going to matter to me. He's shown that he can win on 104 ping as if it's nothing. But he will get to play RLCS 1v1 on much lower ping. He'll be back in NA when it comes time to play that. Diaz trying to get the perfect placement. Ends up missing wide. And Evoh pre-jumping out to challenge. Diaz. Oh my goodness. Nice recovery from Evoh. That was a really good setup on the wave dash chip to try and get that ball top corner. Evoh has fallen too far out of the net, but actually ended up making the right play. He got Diaz to rethink where he wanted to go, and then Diaz just ends up missing. So some technical errors from Diaz, but Evoh has forced a good amount of them. Marriageable bump. That'll work. Diaz on the board for a third as Evoh holds on to a 1-goal lead with a couple minutes left to go. Evoh does not usually beat Diaz, but Evoh has gotten a win on Diaz when very few others have recently. The all-time record that we were looking at before this is Diaz 4 to Evoh 1. So in series that they've played, Evoh has won 1, but Diaz has won much more. He could continue to claw that back bit by bit with a win here in this series. Evoh, nice dashing around the side wall, so clean. Evoh's always been able to do anything mechanically. Look at the landing wave dash though to chip that one back up. Diaz just not ready for that kind of play. Evoh able to push it out to a 2-goal lead with a minute left to go. And Evoh, another play out of his own corner. Such a crazy goal explosion. I'm assuming part of Mortal Kombat stuff. Biased Evoh Glazer. Well, I was talking about how Evoh has played the most matches on my stream by a healthy margin. He actually doesn't lead in wins, though. I think the most wins on my stream is still Daniel. I have to go through and update it. It could be Moxie now, but it may just still be Daniel. Daniel playing a ton of matches with also insane win rates that Evoh hasn't been able to replicate. But as of late, he has been picking up a lot more wins. Diaz from the ceiling will get a fourth, and he's got 14 seconds to get one more. Kinsei has an untouchable win rate. Kinsei 18-1, which I don't expect to see anyone ever match. Diaz is actually all of a sudden super in this game after this kickoff win. Plays this one off the side wall. Drops the reset underneath Evoh. That one did not take 6 seconds, I don't think. And he's got a full 6 seconds now. Ooh, delay kickoff from Evoh. Chips it up high. Gonna rush to the ball and puts it top shelf to finish out the game. Evoh gonna win game number 1, although that's been a bit of a curse so far in this Fear versus Chat crew battle. The game 1 winner has proceeded to lose all 3, but surely that will not happen to my team. Game number 2. Pogo only show match win. Oh, that would have to be when Dark would want to do something like that. Because doing a Pogo only show match without Dark seems silly. Oh my goodness, Evoh. Evoh is the kind of guy who likes to do this flick from the ground. So much so that people call it the Evoh flick. But here he's going to pre-flip flick from the skies. And that is just perfect placement. Top right. And power as well. For a 1-0 lead for Evoh. If Diaz wins this, does he just play one of the others at random, or do I pick it? In theory, I could pick it. But I'm just going to let Beast Mode and First Killer pick it. Because what do I care about the most? Ooh, nice delay kickoff. Evoh going to make it 3-0. I care about scheduling. That's what's really hard to do as a guy who's trying to set up matches. So I would more want them to be like, ooh, I can actually play this easier. I don't know if they're both still playing or not. Maybe one of them has an easier time playing first. That's what I would go with. That's a boring answer, I know. But let's say if I had to pick. I think I pick First Killer. Diaz. Oh, what a save. Diaz, a great back wall double. My thought is that I think First Killer might have a little bit of a stronger chance at beating him, and I don't want Diaz to get like a ton of momentum and get 2 wins in a row going into the 3rd win. So to try and cut him off early. Evoh going crazy right now, though. Diaz, rightfully so, picked first overall. Oh, there we go. Now Diaz is getting cooking a little bit. Evoh aggressive this time defensively. Diaz going to play it around him. There could be more games and there could not be, just like in any best of 5. If my team sweeps, then there will be no more matches. But if Diaz pulls out a win, then we'll have to see how far he can push it. Double reset from Diaz. Oh my goodness, Evoh has made a couple pretty surprising saves, and he almost did it again. Diaz is just an automatic flip reset machine. There is something to the order, and you know, in some ways it feels like, you know, the order doesn't super matter because everyone has to get eliminated. But I think you're right. I think there could be something to who you throw out against who that could play into your team winning. Can I tell you guys a secret about my player choice order? I did the same exact thing last time we did this in the Fear versus Chat Crew battle, which is that somebody told me they needed to go quick or they needed to go early, and so I was always going to put them first, but I made it seem like it was my strategy. In this case, First Killer had requested to go first, so I was always just going to put him first. So I don't know if I would have put him first otherwise, but I told him, oh, there's a good chance he'll be on my team, and then I can just put you first. It's not rigged. I could have just picked him to go first. In fact, if anything, it's rigged against me. I had less options. Evoh keeping his lead up 5-3. Remember when the Saudi B team beat the USA A team? I can never forget, viewer. I can never forget, unfortunately. Diaz reading the challenge of Evoh, keeping himself within one here. But I don't think anybody was expecting this game to feel controlled by Evoh as much as it has been. And that is more a comment on how good Diaz has been than it is anything about Evoh. Diaz. His air dribble intercepted. Power slide cut for him to try and get something going in the midfield is not going to work. That net looks pretty open, but Diaz, there was actually a bit of lack of execution there. If he shot that with enough pace and early enough, he's definitely scoring there, and the Diaz is going to miss high. There was a chance to score on that possession. Oh my goodness, Diaz. He's going to drop an OMG himself as well. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Diaz really should have come away with a goal there, but managed to find a way to get nothing. You know, credit Evoh's defense, because I do think it does deserve some credit. You make a couple spectacular saves and the offense is going to start making sure they pinpoint everything. Right in the top corner, right in the top left, right in the top right. They're not going to risk anything, and it leads to more, you know, hits to the post and crossbar. But I'll tell you what, there was certainly some open chances there for Diaz. That being said, he does get his goal, and it is a tie game. Evoh going to win the midfield 100, which means he's in a better position here as he'll take to the skies and going for a really high bump. He gets the demo. It's going to bounce out towards the midfield, and he might not even be able to get a shot in time. And he's just going to sail it, send it way over the crossbar, and this backflip shot's not going to work. So the downside of getting a demo as high as Evoh did is you can't actually convert it for a goal. He is getting a pretty solid shot with the zero boost that he has and able to pick up the 100 and get up to intercept Evoh's play quickly. Heavy touch from Diaz. He is going to go back up to the ball. Evoh continues to fake challenge. Does get this read. Does he have a hook shot available, or would Diaz recover? He sent this one way too high. Diaz with pads. Looking to try and push this ball out of the orange half. Demo coming. Diaz dodges it. Evoh gets a boost steal, though. Picking up pads for Diaz. He's picked up 3 or 4 in that meantime. In and out save from Diaz to send it into the blue half. It is still Evoh possession as he crosses his net and will go for a back corner dribble. This is the NA special. Wave dashing into the ceiling. Evoh lost the ball completely. Diaz going to get bumped off the ball. Evoh now going to chip it in field. Diaz with nothing. 50 is solid for Diaz, but he's not going to be able to stop Evoh from going into the air. 0-second chance here for Evoh out of the corner. Will he get a reset? He will. Wave that shot. Diaz sends it into the ground, And it's overtime in game number 2. Evoh has been cheeky delaying. There's going to be no delay this time as the kickoff results in a shot for Diaz. Evoh has the coverage, but does he have the follow-up? Diaz power slide cut into an air dribble. Evoh swung all the way around to the big boost, and that is going to make him the victim of a 50. I did not feel like Evoh had this time. He decided he did and went to pick the 100. That means you're going to be coming back at top speed across the net. Not going to be easy to win a 50. He does not. Diaz ties the series 1-1. Game number 3. So far, every series so far has gone game number 1 to the loser, and then 2, 3, and 4 to the eventual winner. Hopefully, we change that script here in this series for Team Feer. As right now, that would mean Diaz winning the next few. Diaz long shots, put enough power on it, but missed it. So Evoh gets the clear. Evoh not going to be able to get this 50 out from in front of the net. And a 1-0 lead for Diaz. This delay kickoff for Evoh has gotten him quite a few goals in the series. I want to watch it again. Just a little delay wave dash. It goes deep inside the ball. Half of his car was in the ball from my connection. I'm not that far away from US East. Another big kickoff win. It's going to go straight in. No chance for either one of them to get back to it. Is Diaz? Yeah, he's trying to intentionally push that ball left. Not getting goal side. Evoh plays into that. Another big win for Evoh. He's just going to farm a few kickoffs to a 3-1 lead. Diaz going to have to try and prevent the tilt here. If you watch again, another diagonal from him. This time, he did try and push the ball infield, but it did not change the end results. Diaz, lean back reset. Gonna have a tough angle with how close he is to the net. Scoring here. Oh, nice wave dash cut. Even Evoh instantly drops him the nice shots. 28 boost for Evoh. This pre-jump usually pretty safe because there shouldn't be an angle to get back to the other side of the nets. But Diaz finds it. Wave dash recovery for Evoh, able to pick up the 100 and dodge the demo from Diaz. And quickly dash on the side wall to get going. Does he have a chance here? Interesting. They're kind of both on the wrong side of a 50. Evoh's staring at a wide open net right now. I don't think Diaz realized he wasn't going to get this touch. Was Diaz just cheating off of a touch he thought was going to be to the corner? He just really didn't afford or couldn't afford to steal that no matter what. Spam this beer to defeat Feer. Evoh up 4-2. No boost though to work with. Gonna have a pad and just gonna try and push out ahead of Diaz, and it actually worked out. Diaz bit. Oh no, Evoh forgot the 100. And there's the tilt. He tried to skim it and just barely pick it up. And when he didn't get it, he's kind of stuck there in the corner. Little fake challenge. Evoh wave dashes back. Can he get back down to the ground? What a 50 from Evoh. His defense has always been what's leveled up when he took his 1v1 game to the next level. And there's no tougher guy normally to defend against than Diaz. Although he has thrown a couple at the crossbar. He's going to drop a what a save as Evoh got up quickly to save that one. And a read on the bounce down. Evoh could tell that was not in. Diaz tries to reset again. Evoh flipping away from the play. Diaz's flick. Doubled on the back wall. Evoh did not land. He needed to land to get his wheels on the wall clean in order to drive back to the ball here. And instead, he kind of pogoed off of it, and there's nothing you could do once that's happened. 4-4. Evoh just does this on occasion. I don't know if it's a slip up. I mean, it has to be. But he definitely slips more than other players do. And this jump just has no chance of making a real play on the ball. Diaz can read it a mile away because he's missing the first jump. And he will just chip it straight in. So now Diaz with the lead. Diaz dancing around behind the ball. Evoh with one boost and a dream here in the offensive half. And it maybe actually worked out. He flipped into Diaz and forced him to get too heavy of a touch, such that he lost his ability to shoot a tight angle. And now Evoh has recovered. Diaz up the sidewall. Evoh 50. Diaz just barely missed the read, and then that one's going to be off. Evoh pinching it as well. Minute 34. Evoh wants to close the distance, but has to expect a heavy, quick touch. He actually pre-jumps it way over the top of Diaz, and he sees Diaz coming back. Did he just get Diaz to own goal? No, he didn't. It's okay. Diaz is going to be back in time. He did not jump up because he figured Diaz was going to try and, oh my goodness, mess with the play. I think Evoh went for another intentional soft save off of his own woodwork, which can be so dangerous. Diaz rolling around behind the ball in attempts to get some movement at the end. Evoh needs to come out ahead on this one, though. Really long midfield back and forth. But Diaz up one. Evoh, can he survive this boost grab? He will, but Diaz is going to cut the ball away and take it to his own half. Trying to catch Evoh off, but Evoh is just nerves of steel. Diaz is expecting Evoh to dive here and this chip to go over the top of him, but Evoh hits the brakes and says, oh, thank you for the chip. I was not chasing you down. I was expecting you to do just that. And Diaz ends up passing it to him. 5-5. 40 seconds left to go. I do not know why Evoh is going to that midfield 100. It seemed very clear to me that he had lost the race to it. But either way, he manages to pick up his back corner and make the save. Now trying to air roll around to get an intentional touch on the ball, but prioritize that quick landing. Oh, we got undercut. What the heck? It seemed like he should have been bumping Diaz. Another scam from this game. Not favoring Team Feer. I want to see this again. What happened there? He got undercut? I don't know. Truly a scam. Evoh wanted his delay kickoff. Doesn't work as well as it has worked in the past. Can Diaz score this? No, he actually doesn't. But it doesn't matter. He forced Evoh to use the two pads he was able to pick up in those waning moments. And then a slow roll is a perfect way to deal with Evoh in this moment. 7-5. It is going to be Diaz going up 2-1. The first time Team Chat has been on a match points. It'll come from their first pick as we head to game number 4. Game number 4. Surely Evoh changes the script, which has been gentleman sweep for every single series. I think that's what they call it, right? Let the other team win one and then sweep them. Evoh gonna rewrite everything here with a really clean wall to air dribble. Give me Evoh, give me Chronic, give me Daniel, give me these guys who have perfected the midfield wall to air dribble. Diaz wants a bump and is not going to get it, but gets his goal. So it doesn't matter. I just noticed he's rocking the Complexity Goal Explosion, but that's not their logo anymore. That's the old logo. We need an updated Complexity Goal Explosion. When are we getting those, by the way? I know they said they were going to happen after the major. They're going to be fully universal. Ooh, Diaz. Nice cut. I do like the Cowboys-esque logo. I mean, the new one is just... It's kind of wild they went back to it. April 22nd. Thank you, chat. You know, you switch to the Cowboys one because they're associated with the Cowboys owner, I think, or something like that. and then, or the same owner bought both or whatever. And then once they're not associated with that anymore, you have the opportunity to make a new logo. You can go back to red, but... And then they just go back to the worst logo in esports. I don't know if that's true. That might be an exaggeration, but... Really felt like missed opportunity there to come up with something cool and new. I guess they still always could. Diaz going to boom the ball. Top shelf off this kickoff. As he is starting to get warmed up here. What's the format like? It's like a battle royale. Huh. In what way is it like a battle royale? I guess maybe. Maybe it kind of is. Look at Evoh. Evoh's doing the Diaz here. The first one to go back wall full field dribble in this match, of course, as everyone thought, Evoh. With a little bit of his pre-flip finish to make it 3-3. It's like Fortnite, but with cars. Type 1 in chat if you feel like this crew battle is like Fortnite, but with cars. Streamer said type 1. Diaz is going to get this ball taken away from him. Evoh is going to connect on the demo, but he does so after the boost pickup. Might not be a big issue for him because he probably was going to go to the sidewall either way. Heavy first touch to Evoh. Wants the resets. Diaz missed, but he's going to be able to get back and make the save. That boost will not respawn because Diaz just took it. Evoh, is he setting up another play off the back wall? It looks like he's just trying to switch the field out of the back corner. And now we'll take this guy's Diaz off the ceiling. Evoh instantly bails out of his dribble once he sees that. I don't think he's going to get that either. These guys are playing too quickly. They keep expecting hundreds to respawn, but the way these guys are moving around the field, they're showing back up at them before the 10-second mark. Again, you know, there's a moment where Evoh's not going to pick up the 100. He's going to go back and get it. I don't know if you have that kind of time. Wait, Diaz might not score. He needed that touch. Evoh can respawn. Oh my goodness. Evoh getting away with one. He tried to go for the slowest 180 turnaround to go pick up 100 boost I've ever seen. Got demoed because of it, but Diaz, slight mechanical misplay to not touch it out in front of the field or in front of the net soon enough, and Evoh does respawn and make the save, but now he's down 2. Evoh. Ooh, a nice dribble. I mean, as soon as he sees Diaz in the air, we saw this earlier, he immediately pulled off the dribble because he doesn't want to bring it up to Diaz. But here he kind of fakes the pull off, like, oh, I'm going to go to the ground because you're so high up in the air. Just kidding. Just kidding. I am going to take the dribble. And there really is a ton of back and forth there. What Diaz is seeing from his perspective is, oh, Evoh has me red. Look at how high I am. I'm nowhere near the play. He's probably dropping down as he should. So I'm going to have to use, you know, my jump and all my boosts to push myself down. And only after that does Evoh go over the top of him. 6-4. Evoh, is he going to find a way to make something out of this? Oh my goodness, Evoh. Diaz drops him the nice shot. Evoh is just moving different today. The improvisation from him has been something special that we don't see from a lot of people. When the setup doesn't go perfect, a lot of players will get lost. Evoh just finds a way. And he's now within 1. Oh, big miss from Diaz. This did not need to be a goal for Evoh. Diaz. Oh, he tried to do the read without ball cam. I wanted to go see how it happened. Clearly, it's a result of turning off ball cam and just using the circle on the ground to try and set up his 50. Evoh not going to let Diaz get an air dribble going. Staying aggressive, and now we'll go take the opposite corner. This time gets there right as it spawns. He had the read on Diaz. Immediate challenge. Ground touch, though. is covered by Diaz, who's recovered and wants to pick up some boost, and just that little bit of space leaving the net to go pick up the 12, which is really tough not to do. Not picking up the 12 and just trying to defend on 0 for a long time. Usually not a good idea. Evoh able to sneak it through. Diaz out of the corner. Evoh jumps on the first shot and covers the second one as well. 0 boost for him. Flicks it around. Diaz, can he score off of it? He does not need to pick up the 100. He just needs to carry it and give himself a 2-goal lead. A minute 2 left to go. Evoh could take it to game 5 to try and get the sweep for Team Feer. Evoh backing off now. He had no boost. Wasn't sure how long he's going to try and stay in the play. Diaz wants a high double and misses it. There has definitely been a bit of execution errors on Diaz's behalf. How much can we give as credit to Evoh for the way he's played defense? I'm not sure. Evoh backflip challenge, steals it. Looking at an open net and will hit it. 9-6. 20 seconds left to go. It looks like Diaz is calling next. That is exactly what he's doing. Game 5. Evoh and Diaz. Last time they played, I think it went the distance as well. This time, much more important, right, than whatever tournament it was last time. I'm sure we can't even remember what that one was. Game number 5. Evoh and Diaz. Even if Evoh does not pull this one out, he will at least have made Diaz work hard for it. Soften him up potentially for the rest of Team Feer. Diaz 50 went not terrible, but about as close to as bad as possible. I guess that would probably be terrible. He wants to keep that ball somewhere near the net, but it got pushed out behind him where he's going to have a tough time recollecting it. That flick is soft. And Diaz is almost to make up for it. Decides to just boom the ball to the back wall. Here is Diaz special. We haven't seen it at all from him today. The full field dribble. This one will get denied. Normally Diaz loves to reset the play. Will take the ball all the way back to his own half and start another full field dribble over and over again until he eventually scores. Right now, he is still playing off of that full field dribble, but Evoh doing well to send him back. Diaz going to dribble from the ground this time. Evoh, what a wide swing, and he makes the save. Evoh with the unorthodox movements in net. He does not want to stay low speed. You can kind of creep in towards the net at low speed and try and react. He'd prefer to risk swinging out too far wide if that means he can stay at supersonic. And then surprise Diaz with the challenge, and it's worked out pretty well, though he's going to need offense as well if he wants to win Game 5. He can't just let Diaz go for shot after shot on him. But Diaz not able to get the reset necessary to change the trajectory of that one. So he will again try and start a sequence of pinning Evoh back, and it's not going to work. Evoh will be the first to score after surviving the onslaught from Diaz to open up this game. Almost 2 full minutes before the first goal. And Evoh has definitely had this in his favor. Way more direct kickoff wins. Diaz was trying to go wave dash kickoff too, and he just got sent up. You need to do a better job of staying low so the ball kind of pushes you back down to the ground. If you get over too much, it just sends you sailing in the air. Evoh's kickoff has been cleaner. Diaz, watching this one to Evoh, it has to use all of his boost to make the save and continue the dribble, but he's done such a good job. Diaz with a little cheeky wave dash bump attempts. Doesn't throw Evoh off enough. As Evoh trying to switch the field, I don't think he's going to beat Diaz to this 100, and he's not even going to be able to chip the ball away either. Fortunately for him, it is a rolling play for Diaz, who has to try and get some bounce on it. And that won't be easy to do. In fact, he basically fails to get a threatening dribble started, and instead it's going to be Evoh in control, who flicks high and has a really tough angle. You could see Evoh going for almost a direct chip back the other way, which is the only way he's going to get around Diaz. Probably not even too upset that he misses there, because if he goes for a simpler chip, there's no way he's getting a goal. No way Evoh saves here, right? This has got to be a goal. The way Evoh's been playing defense, I'm ready to be surprised, but Evoh gets baited into floating off the wall, and Diaz will get his first goal in this game, number 5. Evoh catch and flick early. Heading for the boost grab as he backs off. Is there going to be any way to score here? Diaz chaining some wall dashes together. Knows he's out ahead of Evoh, who's just going to go try and chip a shot on target. He's boxing Diaz out. And he has changed the boost advantage by going for that shot. Diaz, the pinch, and Evoh saw it coming. Maybe he was worried about getting demoed as well, so he decides to back off, let Diaz get the touch. And the long shot is in! Diaz did his best to try and stop it, but all he can do is put extra heat on it. It'll be 132 kilometer per hour long shots as it comes off Diaz's car. 3-1. A minute 23 left to go. Evoh trying to close out the sweep for Team Feer. Last time we did this, a sweep for chat. That was the EU version. Nice shot from Diaz. Evoh boosting to back off, and such an awkward timing there from Diaz. It's not surprising that Evoh started to use his boost to push down. You don't really see a player in that position kind of side flip on the ball with their wheels in order to shoot, but like taking a layup off the wrong foot or something, it just throws Evoh off guard. Diaz will equalize. And this is the beauty of a comeback in a low-scoring game. It does not take long. Sure, it feels like Evoh has been controlling the first 4 minutes, but 2 quick ones, and Diaz is right back to equal. And even better than that, he's got a kickoff win. Evoh diving to challenge, but every single defensive challenge seemed like it was working before, but maybe not anymore. And all of a sudden, now Diaz in the lead. Evoh going to have to rely on that dominant kickoff. Slight delay to his wave dash. Diaz going to steal his corner. Evoh going to have to think up another plan. Diaz just slots it. 2-goal lead now for Diaz. Evoh has played well to get here, but he's going to have to clutch out just a few more kickoffs, this one in his favor. The match on the line. Diaz pre-jump floating. Evoh wants a bump, and I'm not sure he gets it, but he does convince Diaz to dodge it and therefore dodge the ball. That was the last time that Evoh touched it. Diaz uses his boost to evade Evoh. 34 seconds, diagonal kickoff can be really volatile. Evoh scored a few of these directly into the net. Diaz not in a great spot. Gets his boost taken. He's going to switch the field. Can he survive this? Evoh wants to demo him on the sidewall. Diaz smart to avoid that. And now attacking right back the other way. He's going to waste time by being aggressive. Will that end up being the right idea? Evoh with a clean save. 33 boost is going to cost him all of that boost just to get the ball in the air, but he's done so. Needs to get it on target. Diaz recovers. The shot was too soft, a yes from Evoh. Diaz never backs down. Immediately into another air dribble to attack. Diaz cannot get the shot, though. Evoh makes the save. If Diaz had just brought it to the ground, this would not be a chance at all, but Diaz will beat him to it in the final moments. Diaz will get a series win for Team Chats, and the crew battle lives on.